Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo, doing a little bit more ZAWA work here on the zoo, for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. There's that zebra behind me is still in the tree, still there, so don't you guys worry, you can sleep easy, it's still up there in the tree, no problem there. Thank you to everybody who joined me in the last live stream that we did in the previous weekend, because we did all of this stuff behind me. Look at that, we got all that terraforming done on the big cats area, so we can actually get to work on putting some of those exhibits in. However, last week we ended up with, oh, I almost walked right off the edge. We ended up doing that exhibit behind me there where the beavers are going to be, and you guys killed it once again in the naming section, so thank you to everyone who submitted names for that. We're going to get to naming those little beavers here in just a second, and then we're going to probably get to work on some of the stuff that goes right behind it there, because we carved that out in last week's episode. It took a long time, but it's worth it because now we can get to work on building there. So, let's hop on down into the hidey hole and get to naming some of these beavers. Speaking of landed here, the hidey hole, we moved the entrance in the last live stream, so if you guys didn't notice, the entrance was like right here, and that's kind of right where I want to put in exhibits one day, so yeah, we had to move it. So we made this nice little entranceway right here for me to kind of go down into my hidey hole in. It's a little bit longer drop. I can also drop down quickly by just smashing my face into the ground with the elytra. But yeah, so we're back down here, so I moved the entrance a little bit. Little modification to the base down here. Alright, I've got 3 beavers, so we gotta get 3 beaver names put in here. Now, I'd like to give a big shout out to both SlothBuddy206 and PuppetMaster13 for suggesting Bidoof. Alright? Now, in case you guys don't know, Bidoof is, of course, a Pokemon. The evolved form is Bibarel, but I decided going with Bidoof might sound a little bit better, so we're gonna name one Bidoof. Thanks, guys. And then for the next one, I'd like to give a big shout out to Matt Myers. We're going to name this one Maple. I think that's a great name for a beaver, just because after all, they chew on trees, right? Like maple trees. Perfect name for a beaver. Thank you, Matt Myers, for suggesting that one. And for the last one, big shout out to Ren, aka Sakana, for this one. This one made me laughing. This one made me laugh. Oh, not that. This one made me laugh so hard when I read it. It's Harrison Fjord. Alright, we're going to name this one Harrison Fjord. Bam, there we go. Thanks to Canna for that one. That one was fantastic. As usual, if I didn't pick your name, please keep submitting them, because I kind of pick them sometimes at random, sometimes because they make me laugh. There is totally a skeleton in here who wants to shoot my face. Gotta take him out quickly. Thanks for the arrows and bones. But yeah, please keep submitting your names, because I kind of go through them. Sometimes I pick names at random just to try to give everyone a shot. You know, sometimes I pick names because they make me laugh, like with what Sakana submitted this week. So yeah, just please keep submitting your names. I greatly appreciate it. It makes my life a whole lot easier because I am bad at naming things. Okay, so let's get in here and fall into the pit completely. And we're going to put that back. Let's get to placing some of these beavers. Alright, Bidoof, you're going to be the first one. We're going to put you inside of the beaver dam here. There you go, Bidoof. Alright, and Bidoof is a female. Next is going to be Maple. We'll put it over here by the tree, even though this isn't a maple tree. But we'll put Maple down over here. There you go. Ooh, that net broke. Bam, there we go. Maple, and Maple is a male. And then finally, we got Harrison Fjord. Let's go ahead and slap that one down there. There we go, bam. And Harrison is a male as well. Alright, so there, we got our beavers put in place. Now it's time to move on to what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. Thank you once again for everyone who submitted names. You guys are amazing. Now, before we... That's a brutal way to go down there. Somebody in the comment section, or in the last live stream, suggested maybe I should put like a slime block or a hay bale or something there. I think it's more fun just to smash your teeth into the concrete down below. But before we get going on what we're going to be building, it's going to be some kind of marsupial or rodent, but I have to pick one out. Okay, we have a whole lot of stuff that we need homes for, and a whole lot of animals that we got to build. And I want to build a nice big facility over on that cliff edge there that has a lot of exhibits for maybe some smaller to medium-sized animals. Like, you know, the tree squirrels and stuff like that. Stuff like, you know, little animals. Possums, of course. Those guys, maybe not rhinos. Those will probably need a bigger exhibit. I think gorillas will probably need a bigger exhibit too. But I need to comb through here. I need to find myself some animals that I can actually make several small exhibits for. And what better animal than the bane of my existence? Okay, if you guys remember last season, I had trouble with the koalas. Okay, I had trouble keeping them inside their pen. They tended to wander outside it. It ended up resorting in me having to encase the entire thing in a very clear glass to try to keep them in place. This time around, though, I have a better idea to keep them in check. So let's add a couple of these koalas. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We got 2 koalas. So naming those things, comment section, if you guys could. Wah. Please go down and give your best koala names in the comment section, because we're going to build a koala exhibit today. Now, koalas, if I'm not mistaken, they eat eucalyptus, don't they? Excuse me, Mr. Skeleton, you want to go away? Thanks, that'd be great. Now, let's see if we can hit him. Arrow fight. Got him. Anyone else in here? I gotta light this place up better. These torches on the ground just aren't doing it. I'll do that when I get to the cats exhibit, though. But koalas, I think they eat eucalyptus, don't they? I think that's what they eat. And we actually have an example of a Biomes of Plenty eucalyptus forest, I think down this way. So let's take a little bit of a flight, take a peek, maybe collect a couple saplings, although I'm pretty sure I have them. And let's see what that biome looks like. I think this is it right here. This is very close to the zoo, actually. I'm thinking this is, yeah, eucalyptus forest. This is what it is. Smash. Oh, I almost hit that tree. Right here. This is a eucalyptus tree from Biomes of Plenty. And I guess I wouldn't mind putting some of these things in. Got some crazy looking tree bark. Obviously, the biome itself looks like it has a lot of low vegetation, like bushes and shrubs. And then it's got a couple of these, several of these eucalyptus trees just kind of jutting out through it. I might do a variation of this in the exhibit, but not exactly the same thing. There's also moose over there and a harpy eagle. Boy, I gotta tell you, those eucalyptus trees are pretty skimpy when it comes to giving me like capsules or things that I can actually plant those trees in. Look at this guy, he's like floating here. Which one are you? Oh, you're Harrison Fjord, of course you are. Kind of a strange bloke you are, but whatever. All right, so let's actually get to work on kind of planning out a little bit of this stuff, because I do want to make this kind of look like a mining area too. But I'm thinking, scratching. I don't really have the beard anymore. I shaved, people. Let's see. I'm thinking of doing like an entranceway here, like a bigger version of the mine shaft type thing, and then having like the exhibit in the wall with part of the cliff kind of hanging over it a little bit here. And so like it's not just like a squared off section of glass, but part of the cliff like kind of engulfing the face of the glass here, but then actually having it connect back down here. And so that when you go in here, there's actually gonna be a viewing area for this exhibit here. And when you go in, you can see it from the side there. And then also there's gonna be a hallway on the inside that has multiple exhibits dotted on it that you can see it on the back side of it as well too. I guess it would be the northern side. But to do all that, I have got to do a lot of digging again, so here we go.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna beef that's asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. And when they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So we have a big area cleared out here. Now that's quite a bit of room for just a couple of koalas, so maybe I'll go actually hunt down a couple more, but we have a lot to do in this area to make this look pretty. I went ahead and outlined the area that we're going to be putting down the glass in, but this is by no means finished. This is just like a box area, and I mean I could also extend it farther out that way, but I think I'm going to kind of cut myself off here and just say this is good enough. Now I do have to make this look more like a cave kind of looking design, because I do want this to actually look like it's inside of a cave. But if I am going to be fitting some of those trees in there, I am actually going to have to raise up the center part of this quite a bit just to kind of have them fit in here. But I have to do a lot of work here. Oh, there's gravel here too. I have to do a lot of work here on making this look appropriate for like the ceiling of a cave. And it's going to take a lot of digging still, but I think I'm done with the time lapse. All I got to do is just kind of pretty this up now. This is just going to be decorating. Oh, is it getting nighttime? No. I thought for a second it was getting nighttime. I was like, oh man, creepers. Creepers be creeping. But I have a lot of work to do to make this look fairly decent. And it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to make a little bit of a jump cut here. But in the meantime, I am also going to run out to the ender, because if you look at my pickaxe, it is it's looking pretty rough. Only about 100 durability left on it. I definitely do not want to break this, because I like my silk touch pickaxe. That's looking a little bit better. Looks a little bit more like an actual cave. Now, I was actually just going to plant these things in here and let them grow, but I don't think they do unless they have access to the sky. So I could either burrow through the entire mountain here and try to get up to the top there, maybe put a piece of glass in there so the koalas don't climb out, or I could just build the trees block for block, which I probably will do instead. Might work out a little bit easier that way. However, I do need to dig this down still, because I'm not going to have a stone floor in here. In fact, I might want to dig it down... I might dig it down two. And then we'll put all of the floor and ground down there. I plan on putting a little bit of elevation change to this anyway. Oh, there is a ghost block here somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Ooh, ghost. Ooh. But yeah, I'm going to dig this down about 2. That way we can add a little bit of elevation change into this without it seeming like it's poking up too high, so that you can still see the koalas as they're crawling around. Okay, ground successfully lowered and already replaced. I went ahead and put grass in there for right now. Obviously, we're going to change that up. As far as like a eucalyptus forest, I believe it's more like just like a regular forest ground, isn't it? I'm not too familiar with eucalyptus forests. But I'm going to design it kind of to look like, well, I guess similar to this forest, or this ground out here, except for maybe a little less brown. We're going to keep it a little bit greener with some dirt mixed into it. And, you know, I'm going to probably leave the podzol out, or at least really sparse in here. But we do need to get to work on decorating this place up, though, because I'm thinking the ground. We're going to start with the ground here first, and let's get a block palette going. I also want to mix in, like, a little bit of stone poking up, so that I don't really think that would match the eucalyptus forest, but let's just say this in this area where the eucalyptus was growing, there's little bits of stone poking up. And so to do that, I'm going to actually sprinkle in, like, little bits of that stone in here, too, to really kind of sell this area. And then we're going to have like little bits of spires, like maybe like poking up occasionally like this. Stone piles. They're going to put stone piles in here mixed in with the trees. So, but first it's going to start with me redoing the ground here. So I'm thinking a little bit of green concrete powder, gravel, and coarse dirt. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll be good. All right, let me, I don't know if I have those blocks. Backpack, I need you desperately. I don't have any in there. Yeah, I don't think, wait, ground blocks? I do have some. Actually, you know what? I might actually have this stuff on me. Look at me go. I'm accidentally prepared. That sounds like a pretty sweet band name.
A few inches later.
All right, something kind of along the lines of that. I mean, I don't think it's my best work, but I kind of like it. I mean, it'll work, especially I think once we add the vegetation and stuff. Usually, and I've said this in previous videos, when I get going, I don't actually like how it looks initially. I just got to keep pressing on, because the more details you add, the better it ends up looking. So that's what we're going to do. We can also go ahead and add a few path blocks in here. Obviously, I can't add them on this stuff because this is overgrown stone, but we'll squeeze them in occasionally wherever we can, just to kind of make this kind of pop a little bit. You know, that's after all... Oh yeah, that's stone. After all, that's what makes things pop here, is by adding the path blocks. So, if I remember correctly from just, you know, earlier in this episode, which, I mean, let's be real here, my memory is pretty bad, so I could have forgotten. There were a lot of like bushes and stuff like that on the ground in a eucalyptus forest. So let's look at here. We got a few jungle leaves, and we also have some oak leaves I think might add in there, as well as maybe the occasional dead leaf. maybe, like, sparsely. I don't want to make this place look like it's arid and dry. So, let's go ahead and actually start putting down a few of these shrubs on the ground. I guess, you know, actually, no, what I really should do is I should focus on where I'm going to be putting, like, the eucalyptus trees. So let's grab what eucalyptus wood that I do have here, and we'll probably use jungle leaves on them, I'm thinking, to kind of create little miniature ones. Like, let's put one right here. How high can I go here? All right, this is probably pretty good. Now, I didn't look, and I should have, what the eucalyptus tree looks like over there. So I'm just going to do what I usually do and wing it and hope that turns out for the best. I mean, they're not that bad. I think that looks okay. You know, I don't really want to do too many of them in there because I have to add a lot of the bushes on the ground there. So I think like 2 of them is probably fine. Yeah, okay, I think that's fine. Okay, so now we got to just add like a lot of the bushes on the ground and stuff. Maybe pretty up these rock piles just a wee bit. Ground backpack, question mark? Nope, down there. Where are my cobble slabs? Where'd they go? Oh, bat backpack had a couple in there. I'm going to probably need to make a few more of them, though. Yeah, we're going to pretty up these rock piles just a wee bit as well. Kind of make them look a little bit better than what they currently are. Somehow. I mean, just a couple little bits here or there actually make this whole place kind of come together. I don't mind making this place look kind of like a little bit of a stony field. I think that it would actually add a nice little custom touch to it. I don't think I actually have an exhibit here in the zoo that has this kind of biome in it. Yeah, it's just kind of almost like a made-up one, actually. Usually I try to research the biome and try to match it exactly the way it is. This one I was just kind of winging it based on what the Biomes of Plenty biome look like. Ooh, but I gotta get to sleep here because creepers be creeping here, and they'll definitely be creeping me in here. It's already kind of dark. But I'm thinking the next step I'm going to do is I have to pretty up the roof a little bit to make this look like, or like the ceiling of the cave to make this look a little bit more custom. Add a little cobble slab action in here. And maybe try to make it look like there's a stalactite or two. I'm thinking that would probably look pretty good. There we go. Look at that. The ceiling looks a lot better now. I could actually start throwing in like maybe a vine or two up there too. I think that might look pretty good. Bat backpack, where are you? I need you desperately. There it is. All right, so let's get a little bit more of these jungle leaves here. I want to finish this ceiling part here before I move on to the rest of the stuff, though. Let's grab some blocks that I can use for pillaring up here. Maybe specifically more in like the corner, or even maybe venturing from like up top there where it's the deepest part. I'll actually have a like a little bit of a vine kind of creeping out of here, like maybe right here. Yeah, let's get that place there. Maybe over here as well. Have this kind of stretching down, kind of along the back side. Something like this. Hopefully this turns out all right. Oh, ghost block. Okay, nothing too fancy there. Like I didn't overdo it with the vines and stuff in back, and I think that works out fairly well, actually. There's a little bit of dead space right here, which, what can I put in there? I'm trying to think about something that I might be able to throw in there that might make it look good. Maybe I'll focus instead on the vegetation on the ground there to kind of make up for that dead space. But yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty good. Just a little bit of vegetation coming out of like the ceiling, kind of the vines coming down there. So now let's add something similar on the ground here, except for we're going to cluster this up a little bit so that it's actually a more of like a bush on the ground. And maybe we'll even like throw in a dead bush in there occasionally just to kind of break it up a little bit. But we'll actually try to make this look kind of like bushes on the ground. That's really what I'm going for here. I'm sitting here trying to creatively build and speak at the same time. My brain, what you just witnessed there, people, was someone's brain literally shutting down right in front of your eyes. Alright, let me see if I can't figure out how to make this look halfway decent. After quite a bit of tweaking, I managed to get this, okay? So it is just kind of a pile of leaves in here, but I think that it turned out okay. And I think the more that I keep adding to this, it's starting to turn out better than what I originally thought it was going to be. Kind of like how this is looking, just these one-off little blocks occasionally here or there also I think adds a nice little touch to it. However, what we really need to do is focus on lighting, okay? Because lighting, I can't just leave these torches in here. So let's do the hidden lighting in the ground. I'm thinking will work the best for this area. But this is going to look terrible on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these torches out and try to space out some hidden lighting in the ground and make this place light up properly even when it's dark out. It's absolutely amazing how just a couple of blocks will light this entire place up, actually. I only had to hide a couple of them in here. Now, I think that there's one here and there's like one here. There might be a dark area right here, so I'm a little concerned about that. But I guess it's not really that big of a deal. I am going to be sealing this off completely because as I learned last season, koalas like to escape. They like to escape real good. So you gotta actually seal them off completely, otherwise they'll get away from you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop open the glass backpack, which I always have trouble seeing. Right there, there it is. It's like the standard, bog standard backpack. And I'm gonna turn a lot of this into the right kind of chiseled glass that I need, and then we're gonna fill in the glass panes here, so that we can actually see what this looks like when we have the glass up, the viewing area that the people are gonna be looking through. There we go, that looks pretty good. I do want to do a little bit of work though on the outside of the glass, because I'm not going to get around to doing a lot of the work inside the mineshaft kind of tunnel right here. That'll be saved for a later day, possibly even a live stream, because a lot of that work I like to just hang out and talk with you guys while I work, you know, path blocks and stuff. It's fun to socialize with you while I do that, and so I try to save things for that. Or like that for live streams. However, I do want to kind of pretty up how this looks here, because like I said about in the front, how it looks kind of like it's wrapped around the glass. I kind of want to do that on the inside here, and then we'll work that into the rest of the mine shaft too. So I want to make this look kind of like it's, I don't know, like I said, like it's wrapped around there. I don't want to just be a flat line of stone on the top. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. For right now, anyway. I have a whole lot of work to do on the outside of the exhibit here, and that's going to have to be for a different day, though. Now, there is a lot of stuff still missing there, not to mention the animals, but we also do need to add a lot more vegetation, because what we got going on right there just isn't going to work. I wouldn't mind actually adding a little bit of water in there. Of course, I am kind of terrified that they're going to drown. So instead of just doing the water like how I normally do it, I'm going to do it the secret way. The lily pads have actually killed an animal in this zoo already once. Rest the frig, or rip the frigate, but they also do keep some animals alive by keeping them from falling in the water in the first place. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop like that block out right there. Maybe remove this bottom part here too, and we'll replace it with something. We'll just put the grass down there for right now. I think that looks fine. And we're going to put a little bit of water in there. Now that should be far enough away from the gravel, so it shouldn't turn it into anything. And let's go into the plants backpack here. Grab ourselves maybe a flowering lily pad, and we're just going to slap that bad boy on top of it. That'll keep the koalas from even getting in there, but it will make it look as though they have a little bit of water down here in this lower kind of depressed part of the land. And I don't mean depressed like the feeling way. I mean like lower as in it's lower in the ground. It's depressed as in it's lower in the ground. So let's add maybe one more of those things someplace in here too. Okay, I think that's perfect. I just added one other one. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. It's not supposed to look like a marshland or a swampland or something. Just a couple puddles on the ground. So let's dive deep into the backpack, or not the backpack, the plants backpack, and see what we can do here. Now, river cane, because I did actually put a little bit of things in here, I could actually get away with actually putting down a little bit of river cane in here. How high does that grow? I mean, I guess I'm actually okay with that growing up like that. And probably only just one. Oh, isn't it getting nighttime? Creepers be creeping, people. I gotta take a nap. Pesky creepers. Alright, now where was I before? Okay, so river cane's good. I don't really want to overdo that too much. Just maybe like one little bit of it right there. I think it's fine. Let's go back into the plants backpack and figure out what else we can squeeze in here. So there's also like bamboo. I'm thinking it would be kind of fun to put in there too. I guess we actually have like a eucalyptus plant, don't we, someplace? Right here. Yeah, let's actually sprinkle these things in here for sure. I wonder if I can bone meal this and get more off of it, like flowers. I'm not too sure. I need to keep my eyes out for this stuff, because I actually wouldn't mind using it a lot, actually, in an area like this. But I don't have a lot of it, so we're just going to find a home to sprinkle this in. Does this not plant? Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, apparently, oh, is that the stone? Actually, that's the stone. Yeah, that's overgrown stone. I was trying to plant that on stone like a big old da-da-da. But okay, so we'll leave it right there where it's at. And then I want to put a couple more in here someplace too. Where can I put this? Something like that, actually, I think works pretty good. I have to actually walk around this thing and look at it from several sides to make sure that the viewing areas make the whole thing look good. Not just from like the one viewing area I normally have. So that's why I keep like circling around this. All right, we'll save this last eucalyptus plant for something special. Let's grab some of this stuff, because that looks kind of like a green plant of some kind. We'll drop this in places as well. I don't want to overdo it by just putting a ton of plants in here, though. I do want to get some nice tall grass growing. And I think maybe just a couple. Yeah, those are really vibrant green. Holy cow. Just a couple of them I think will be... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and put those back. Now, as far as remaining plants, I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing like a mushroom or a toadstool or something like that in here, just occasionally. I don't really want to make it seem like it's really like a cavern or really musty or anything like that in here. Just a little spot here or there, especially around maybe the water. something hidden down there. Now remember, different viewing areas, so like, you might not even be able to see it from right here. However, over here, you can see that, see? So it's like making 3 exhibits in one. And that's making things sound way more complicated. So, bamboo, I wouldn't mind throwing in a couple shoots in there. There's dried bamboo, which, let's actually see if we can do that. Normally, I'd be like, hey, this is a very lively area. Let's add lively stuff in here. But, what if we added a couple bits of dry bamboo just along the back side of this? Like, right, maybe not that last one there. Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe another little bit up here, someplace like that. Along the back side. Let's see, how does that look? Did I do something good or terrible there? Actually, that doesn't look too bad. You know what? I think we might keep that. That might actually grow one more spot, too. Because, well, I mean, I don't know if dried bamboo grows or not. But if it does, because well, hold on. Let me actually take a peek in there real quick. Yeah, okay. It's saying that the growth cycle is at 6% right now. So this actually might grow. Well, that's okay. I got a way to deal with that. So this one's not going to grow any higher because it's missing, or it can't go into the block above it, but this one could. So I'll just put a piece of string there, prevent that from growing. The sugar cane, or the river cane, I believe, is fully grown. And actually, let me see something. Does this actually grow? It doesn't say that it has a growth cycle or a percentage now, but whatever. We'll put it anyway. I don't want it to be even with the rock next to it. All right, so is that it? Is there any more plants I want to squeeze in here? I'm going to be putting some dead leaves in here for sure, just to kind of sprinkle in around the base of the trees especially. I don't want to overdo it with this either, because I want to leave plenty of room for plant life. And these trees don't look like they're dying, really. They look like they're still doing well with the green canopy on them, so I don't really want to overdo it too much with the leaves on the ground. And sure, we'll add in a berry bush or two around in here someplace as well. Give the koala, well, the koalas are going to be munching on the eucalyptus, but sure, we'll add a couple of berry bushes to add a little extra color. Now, I'm thinking that's probably enough, although, hold on, wait. Flowers backpack, I need you desperately in my life. There's something I don't say very often. These kind of bigger rafflesia, is that how you say it? Rafflesia? Something like that. Big yellow, or big orange flowers. These things were found in the actual biome that the eucalyptus trees were found in, so I wouldn't mind actually putting a couple of them in here somewhere. Let's squeeze one in on that side too. Don't want to overdo it with these either, but it will add a little extra color to this place, so it's not just green and brown. Well, you really can't see them, can you? I mean, you can. They're around. As you walk around, you can see them, so I guess that's all right. Is there any other flowers, or are there any other flowers that I want to squeeze in here? Not that I can see. I know these blocks aren't flowers, but my inventory sucks. But I don't think there's anything else I want to squeeze in here, so that's probably pretty good. Especially don't want to squeeze this in there, a death bloom. That'll give them the wither effect. So let's go grab some bone meal now. Let's grab just some bones here. And we're going to go... I have bone meal in my inventory already. We're going to go around and have a little field day getting some tall grass put in here. You guys, I failed miserably at keeping the flowers in there. It just bugged me so bad I couldn't... I couldn't do it. I like the flowers that we have in there right now, so I don't want to add any of the poppies or the daisy or the dandelions in there at all. So just left it the way it is. Now, how does this look? Does this look like a good area for the koalas? I'm actually really liking how this turned out. I got to like inhale some chickens here because man, I am a hungry individual. But I like how this looked. I like how this turned out actually. What do you guys think in the comment section? Please let me know. I'm thinking that's probably going to be a done exhibit. We'll just leave that open like that for right now, just so that we can get in there in the next episode when we name these things. But I need you guys to name these 2 koalas that I have. So if you guys could, down in the comment section, please head on down there and leave your best koala names for me to name here. I got 2 of them. I need 2 koala names. Now they have been, what was that? What was last season's? Mr. Nutsy, I think, was one of them. I don't know, they were kind of crazy, but they definitely like to escape. This one, I don't think they're escaping from. It's completely sealed off, top to bottom. They're not getting out of this one this time. So let me know your best koala names down in the comments section. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. I will be back next week with more for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. Before you go, please leave that like button. It helps me out with the algorithm, all that other fun jazz. These things do take a little bit of time to make, so it helps me out big time. That's the best way you can show your support. That and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, so please do that. Alrighty guys, I'm out of here. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!